Imagine in the ever-changing Wall Street, there is a person whose name is like a blockbuster. Just a mention of it can strike fear into the hearts of many corporate tycoons. This person is Carl Icahn, a legendary figure who rose from the poor areas of Bayside, Queens and penetrated into the core of Wall Street, building an amazing wealth empire. His investment career is filled with thrilling business battles and bold decisions, and every story is fascinating enough to captivate people. The most exciting chapter in Icahn's investment career is his acquisition of that small Japanese appliance company. At that time, he keenly discovered that the company's book value was twice its market price, which was like finding a shining gold among a pile of scrap metal. Icahn, this shrewd hunter, began to lay out his plans quietly. He was like a lurking agent, accumulating shares without making a sound. When talking to the company's president, he deliberately pretended to be naive and innocent, successfully confusing the other party. The president never imagined that this seemingly stupid rich kid was actually meticulously planning a major acquisition behind the scenes. In this way, Icahn quietly established a $3 million controlling position without revealing his true intentions. When he had accumulated enough shares to become the largest shareholder, he suddenly announced to the management that he hoped the company would be acquired and that he also wanted to be a passive investor. This move left the management confused and in a state of extreme perplexity. When the management tried to use the poison pill plan to resist the acquisition, Icahn seized the opportunity and skillfully persuaded other shareholders to believe that the management was incompetent and self-serving. At the shareholders' meeting, he rallied the shareholders and successfully became a board member. Subsequently, he threatened to fire all other board members unless they followed his instructions completely. Under his powerful deterrence, the board had to look for a buyer. Eventually, another appliance company acquired the company at an ideal price, and Icahn made a whopping $2.7 million in less than a year. This battle made Icahn famous and caught the attention of the entire Wall Street. Carl Icahn was not born at the pinnacle of wealth. He grew up in a poor family in Bayside, Queens. Although his parents were loving, the family's financial situation was very difficult. As a child, Icahn was a smart but somewhat solitary boy, indulging in books all day long. With excellent grades and a strong desire to progress, he won a scholarship to an elite private high school. However, his parents worried that private school would make him spoiled and detached from reality, so they ultimately refused the scholarship. Icahn had to attend a tough public high school, where he not only faced academic pressure but also had to learn to survive in a challenging environment, which shaped his shrewd and worldly wise character. Despite the difficult high school environment, Icahn's determination never wavered. With tenacious perseverance and unremitting efforts, he was successfully admitted to Princeton University, becoming the first student in the school's history to enter an Ivy League school. However, the cost of college was a heavy burden on the family. His parents could only afford the tuition but not his accommodation and food expenses. To make a living, Icahn demonstrated extraordinary wisdom and courage. He made money by playing poker. Every week, he could win hundreds of dollars with his excellent poker skills. By the end of the summer, he had saved $2,000, successfully solving his living expense problem. At Princeton, Icahn immersed himself in the study of philosophy and was also obsessed with poker and chess. Philosophy cultivated his ability to think independently and analyze deeply, enabling him to find the essence in complex situations. His graduate thesis won the Best of the Year, which was not only an affirmation of his academic ability but also a reflection of the depth of his thinking. After graduation, Icahn's job-hunting journey was not smooth. He served in the Army Reserve and worked as a cashier at Macy's. It was not until with the help of his uncle that he entered Wall Street and became a stockbroker, kicking off his legendary journey in the financial field. When Icahn first entered Wall Street, he tasted the sweetness of investment in the bull market of the early 1960s. He used the money he had painstakingly saved to buy a large number of stocks and reaped rich rewards. People around him admired his investment vision. However, the stock market crash in 1962 was like a blockbuster, instantly destroying his wealth. In one day he was wiped out, and the despair and pain he felt were unforgettable. But Icahn was not defeated by this setback. He decided to look for a new investment direction, and the options market became his target. At that time, the options market was like an uncharted wilderness, full of various scams and price manipulations. But Icahn saw not only the chaos but also the huge potential within. He decided to be a breath of fresh air in this chaotic market and become an honest broker. He put the interests of his clients first and strived to fulfill his promises. To promote midweek options, he stayed up late every night making phone calls to clients, introducing the advantages of the products in detail. His sincerity and professionalism won the trust of clients. The number of clients increased continuously, and his options business gradually became the most profitable department in the company. In just a few years, Icahn accumulated a large amount of wealth and connections, laying a solid foundation for his future development. As Icahn's fame grew on Wall Street, his vision extended to broader areas. In the 1980s, airlines were struggling under intense competition and unionization pressure, and TWA Airlines was one of them. Icahn, however, believed that TWA was undervalued by the market because it had strong cash flows. He firmly believed that with reasonable reforms, he could revitalize the company and bring huge profits for himself. Icahn started buying a large number of TWA stocks, which soon caught the attention of the management. The TWA management knew Icahn's capabilities well and immediately launched a counterattack. On the one hand, they tried to persuade the government to prevent Icahn from exercising his shares. On the other hand, they looked for a white knight, a more friendly buyer, to resist Icahn's acquisition. In this fierce battle, Icahn fully demonstrated his wisdom and strategies.